It is 7:54. Welcome back to Breakfast Television. Tessa and Scott, the most decorated figure skaters of all time, will make their first scheduled appearance in Calgary on April the 20th as part of Champion Chat. Stories from the Podium. Steve Messler is here to tell us about it from Classroom Champions, the president and CEO. Good morning to you.
Yes, good morning.
And also Olympian, we have to say.
Yeah,
yes,
for
a lifetime.
Has been
that
a lifetime
little thing.
ago. Yeah,
okay, but in any case.
Lifetime ago. We're excited. Scott.
This is exciting.
Tessa. And Justin Cripps, Olympic gold medalist bobsledder as well. So from my heritage,
yes,
we are excited for them to be. They're coming and spending their time with us for the day on April 20th to help us raise money for Western Canadian schools and our programming to make sure that more kids are connected to more Olympians as mentors.
Yeah, and I mean the message, the program is wonderful to have Tessa and Scott on board. Tell us what people will have access to if they get to spend time as part of Champion Chats in your event.
Yeah, so some of our tables will have access to a pre meet and greet before the luncheon itself. But you get to be in a room, and it's at Hotel Arts, so it's going to be a beautiful room. But most importantly, the people and the conversation. And Tara Sloan, our good friend Tara Sloan, is coming back, is heading over from Toronto for the day to help host at Rogers Hometown Hockey. For those of you who have been living, under the couch and don't know who Tara Sloan is these days. We're so proud of her. But it's going to be a great 45 minutes to an hour-long discussion and panel and just hearing the stories of what was Korea like, what's it like to go up there. Jill, I know, has some probably...
I have so many questions.
So many questions
I have a mild obsession.
And people actually in the audience will actually have an opportunity to ask questions as well of the panel.
Well, I think people really fell in love, with these two stories because Justin had such an amazing gold medal achievement and made history, but also Tessa and Scott for them to achieve what they did, and that you would have the access to the story that they have. And so this money goes directly to Classroom Champions. Right
to the charity Classroom Champions. A lot of the piece of the table are also tax deductible. So we are already starting to run out of tables, and that was before Scott and Tessa.
I bet.
Before we were able to announce. So no, this has been this will be our third year. George Gosby, rest in peace, it was his idea 2 years ago when the economy in Calgary was struggling, as it still is struggling. But when the economy was really struggling, George reached out and said, hey, I have an idea that can really help do something. And he put together the original Champion Chats. Cool. So for him, and his wife Karen was on our board at the time. So for him to be able to take that message and for this to be a legacy that is continuing and for it to grow. And last year we had folks like Donovan Bailey and Cassie Campbell and Kelly Humphreys and Kevin Lowe involved. And now for this year, for Scott and Tessa to come. And clearly Jill was so excited about, where am I going? Right here. Jill was so excited about this one. So, I mean, seeing Jill this morning got me excited.
But I will carry the water bottle. I would be thrilled to listen to these two, and I think that Canada fell in love with them, the world fell in love with them. For you went to the Olympic Games, and for you, in terms of the response that you get from those athletes who get to participate in this program, what's the response that you get?
We've had athletes, over 125 athletes have mentored more than 25,000 students across North America, and we partner with those teachers, and these athletes, it's more than that one-off visit. It's more than that go into a school, give a talk, walk away and say, if one or two kids listened, it was worth my time. Yeah. It's an ongoing mentorship, and we use technology. So as these athletes are training, competing across the world in the moments of their career, it's not an old has-been like me going and telling a story. It is kids actually living the moments and living the stories. And people like Tristan and Justin, our doubles losers who won an Olympic medal with the relay. Yep. Tristan and Justin have been mentors with us for 4 years now. So their kids, imagine how proud their kids were to watch the people that they learned how to set goals from and that they learned how to persevere from going on the world stage and winning a medal. So we also were able to partner with the Canadian Olympic Committee during the Olympic Games. And we had over 200,000 kids who joined a live chat from Canada Olympic House. Wow. You had Kaylee Humphreys and Felicia George giving the kids a tour of the house. You had Tristan and Justin telling their stories about what it was like. And that's what we want to do at Classroom Champions is we want to knock the athletes off their podiums, knock them off their magazine covers, and make them real for kids to understand. Just like we're doing at Champion Chats, the event on April 20th, we're making it real for people and letting them have access to these stars that we see on television. And they do these incredible, amazing things. And I'm starting to appreciate it the further I get away from my moments. Right. I'm starting to appreciate it more and more. And we're hopeful that Calgarians are as excited as we are to have them come here. We're hopeful that they're excited to bring more Olympians and more Paralympians into classrooms across Western Canada with us.
Stories from the Podium at Hotel Arts Friday, April the 20th. It's a couple of hours, and I imagine it will be life-changing and truly can make a difference for these kids. You can get your tickets at classroomchampions.org. We will post that link for you. It makes my heart twizzle. If you're a figure skating fan, you know what that means. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you for
Always great
having
to
us
see
this
you. What a
morning.
great announcement that made my day. 7:59. Let's just keep watching.